On this single girl adventure, we're going on a road trip. We're heading up to Central California, which is about 7 hours from where I live in LA. And 7 hours is totally doable for a single girl road trip. But regardless of what size of road trip I'm going on, there's always a few things I do to prepare and a few things I take with me. And you can read about what those are in the article Road Trip Essentials on our website. Now, getting away for the weekend is a great way to rest, to relax, recharge your batteries from the stresses of city life. So let's go. Tucked away in the shadow of the sequoias, just east of the Bay Area, is the tiny town of Murphys, California. Murphys was founded by two Irish brothers, John and Daniel Murphy, in about the mid-1800s, right around the gold rush time. They had a gold mine and a trading post here, and that established the town of Murphys, California. Normally, the population of this treasure is about 3,000 people, but today, it's triple that. Let me show you why. What better way to start our day than with an old-fashioned pancake breakfast, and I am hungry.
This is our annual Irish Days, which we've been doing for, gosh, probably close to 30 years. Our church puts on a pancake breakfast for the community. So we've become a part of Irish Days with this pancake breakfast. It's gotten to be pretty famous too.
Now it's lunch. Why are pancakes so delicious? These are no exception. They're so good. I love this town. We just got here and I already love it. Murphys Irish Day is a full-day event featuring food, artists' booths, shopping, traditional Irish music, and Irish dancers. And be sure to catch the parade, which snakes its way right down Main Street just before lunch.
Bill Kimball from Oakdale.
Don DeLuca, Jamestown. Tim Broughton from Modesto.
We're here with Danny Jefferson, and we are at the dog store in Murphys. The Murphys has an unbelievable selection of stores and shops and unique places to visit, and the dog store is one of them. We just fell in love with it. But Danny, why don't you tell us a little bit more about what makes Murphys unique and what should a visitor do and see while they're here?
Definitely. Murphys offers a lot of variety for the family. It's got for the individuals, got for the couples. Beyond having delicious restaurants and like over 25, 26, we got 27 tasting rooms at the moment if you like wine. We have some other craft beer places opening up as well, but our restaurants are incredible. You go to Alchemy, you go to Grounds, you go down to the hotel. Anytime you're going to get a super meal that you're going to get, you know, that you can get a gourmet place in the city.
Murphys Historic Hotel is on the National Landmark of Historic Places, and it's a great place to visit. This was the most luxurious hotel outside of San Francisco when it was first built. So of course it catered to the rich and famous of the time. Mark Twain stayed here, Susan B. Anthony, J.P. Morgan, and this suite was where Ulysses S. Grant stayed.
The Historic Hotel was actually built as a stop for all the rich and famous people that were coming up to go visit the Calaveras Big Trees, because after the gold rush started, the Calaveras Big Trees were discovered and they were considered one of the 7 wonders of the world at that time. Ulysses S. Grant was here, Daniel Webster, John Astor Jr., J.P. Morgan. August 20th, 1856 was the day we opened, and we've been running continuously every day since then.
Murphys is the home of a bakery called Lila and Sage, and they are the winners of Cupcake Wars back in July 2012. So we've got the lemon and raspberry cupcake here. Looks delicious. I'm not sure there's really any other way to get into this thing other than to dig in. Here goes. This is so not ladylike. Do I have frosting on my nose? artist makes his own garden art out of reclaimed metal, and it's beautiful. When you put it in the garden after a few years of weathering, all of this metal will oxidize and will turn green, and it'll just be gorgeous in the garden. And he makes it himself. I think I need to get a few. When I first came to Murphy's, I was expecting to attend an Irish festival, but what I didn't expect was to be completely blown away by the kindness and the generosity of the people here. This has truly been an amazing experience, and I highly recommend this trip on your single girl adventure list. But if you do come, I recommend a couple of things. First of all, make reservations early if you want to stay in downtown Murphy's, because hotel rooms do book up quickly. Also, be sure to bring some cash with you. They do have ATMs, but they're few and far between, so unless you want to stand in a long line to get some cash, bring some with you. And I promise you, you won't feel alone here. Not only are the tourists extremely nice, but the people who work here and live here are welcoming and generous and willing to help with anything you need. This is truly a wonderful single girl adventure.
Well, I wasn't such a genius at the learning, I'm thinking, but I soon beat the master entirely at drinking. Not a wake nor a wedding for 5 miles around, but myself in the corner was sure to be found, singing Tanya Namo with Sangaya and the juice of the barley for me. One Sunday the priest called me out from the altar, saying you'll end up your days with your neck in a halter, and you'll dance a fine tune between heaven and hell. And his words, they did frighten me, the truth for to tell, singing Tanya Namo with Sangaya and the juice of the barley for me.